I'll show you guys how I managed to pass these two funded accounts in a single video with the strategy I use. Let's go. Right now, as we are speaking, our US 500 trade just hit full take profit. This isn't one of those very hard strategies that you need to learn a lot of things, but this is just 3 or even 4 steps that you need to look out for. This is the strategy that I use because I'm still in school. I'm getting payouts, I'm getting certificates, this is the best strategy out there in the game. The only thing that we're gonna need is swing structure, fractal structure, supply and demand, and liquidity. Let's start with the first step. Let's take an example on GBP USD. Our first step is we're going to be looking at swing structure. What is the swing structure doing? Swing structure overall, you can see clearly we are bullish, right? Create a high, low, high, low, high. So this is where we are bullish. Now we're going to be looking, where are we inside of this bullish range? If we're gonna look at this bullish range, this is where we broke structure. So we're gonna take our Fibonacci retracement tool. We're gonna take out our premium versus discount tool. What are we going to be looking at? We're going to be looking at sells in the upper half, and we're going to be looking at buys in the bottom half, which is every strategy is gonna be this. Now, let's look where we are today. This is our most recent break of structure. Why? Because you can see we create a low, a higher high. So this high is lower than this high. So this is the higher high. Here we create a low. Here we create a higher low, meaning that we're still bullish. We are breaking the highs and we are leaving the lows. If we get our premium versus discount tool again from that low that we just created to the high, we're gonna see that we are inside of the top range. In the top range means we're looking for sells. That's on the daily. So on the daily, we're bullish. We're in this leg. We just broke structure, so we need a retracement. Where are we gonna look for that retracement? When price delivers us some bearish trend. Now, what can we see here? We can see that we put in these fractal structure. Okay, so when this low gets taken, that's where we are going to be looking for sells in the upper half. If we're gonna look at this, what does this create? What does this move create? This leg that swept liquidity or broke structure is gonna be our supply zone. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark out these up close candles as our supply zone. That's on the 4-hour, right? We just dropped one time frame, so we got our swing structure. We're bullish. On the 4-hour, we are bearish until we come into the bottom half. Now, let's see here. We get a close outside of our supply zone. Let's drop down to the 1-hour. On the 1-hour, you can see these liquidity highs. Okay, you can see this, you can see this, you can see this. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna observe how price reacts to these little highs. What can we see here? We have this overall lagging towards the downside. Okay, so this is that overall leg in towards the downside, right? We're creating bearish structure. We're not breaking highs until we sweep out this liquidity. So what do we do from here on? We're gonna look, okay, where does price want to go to? Price wants to run another buy side liquidity. This is a major high, right? This is clear structure for the market. If we're gonna get our premium versus discount tool, this is right around that 0.5 area. I wish it would have gone higher, but that's how you grade setups. Now you can see here clearly we create this inner structure, right? And here we get the change of character, meaning that these up close candles are now gonna act as a supply zone. So now we have our 4-hour and our hourly bearish. So what could we do? We want to take a short from this supply zone towards these stack lows, right? Towards this last low. From there on out, we're going to see, okay, price created another break of structure on the 4 hour. As you can see, this is a break of structure. So what can we see? We have that high that was created to put in that break of structure, and we put in a low. So now we are still in the top half of the daily range of the swing structure. We are in the top half of our fractal structure on the 4 hour, right? So what does this mean? Right, we put in a high, we put in a low. This creates a new overall supply zone from here till here. So let's remove the previous one. And we're going to mark out this as a supply zone. What are we going to look for? We're going to be looking at liquidity inside of the leg that broke structure. So this is the overall leg, and this is where liquidity lies. Okay, this is where liquidity lies, and then this high here. But of course, price is not going to be going to this high because we have this one here. Now, our time frames are aligned. You can see clearly here, we have a high, a low, a high, a low, a high, which takes out this liquidity. And then we get an immediate sell here. Okay, we get an immediate bearish candle here. So what we can do, we're going from the 4 hour, we're going to be marking out these up close candles as our new supply zone. We're going to drop down to the hourly. What can we see inside of this supply zone? A major liquidity high. Here you can see it in the overall leg that changed our character, right? We went from bullish to bearish. On the 4 hour, that's a bit clearer. See, boom, 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 boom. And then here, we changed character. So what does that mean? This overall buy up before a stronger sell down is our area of supply. So this is where we're going to be looking for sells. Here you can see that we have a major liquidity, right? Inside of this leg that broke structure, we have liquidity. What can we see after the liquidity got taken? Immediate reaction towards the downside. Now, I took this short because this was the last liquidity inside of this overall leg. So we knew that there was going to be some pressure behind this. So now my target is going to be this low, and my second target is going to be this low, and then my overall target is just going to be this low. So what am I monitoring now? How is price going to react from those 4 hour demand zones? Right, you can see once we close below this low, we can be looking for a retracement back in towards the upside to then take another short. Let me go on another pair so I can give you guys another example. Okay, so now we are CHF JPY. The JPY pairs are fairly clear, as we can see. We have overall bullish price action, and you can see that we are breaking high after high after high after high. So what can we do? We're going to mark out that last high that broke structure, which is this high overall. Broke structure. So the low before the break of structure, or that put in the break of structure, is going to be our overall low. And now our high that was put in is going to be our overall high. We're going to drag our Fibonacci from the low to the high. We're going to drop down from the daily to the 4 hour. Where are we in the 4 hour? We are in our discount zone. So we're going to be buying and not selling. What can we see? We have these lows here, right? You have this low, this low, this low, this low. We want to see how price reacts from these lows. Now you can see initially we swept this low. Okay, let's say these are equal lows. These are equal lows. You can see these are fairly equal to each other. They didn't sweep out each other. So that's very important. You can clearly see how price reacted from them. So now, because we had this fractal break, we're going to be looking. We put in a high here, high, low, higher high. So now what we're looking for is inside of this overall demand zone right now, because we are bullish. We want to be looking for buys. If we're going to drop down to the hourly, we're going to see inside of our premium versus discount, we have this smaller liquidity here, and we can see price is reacting off of it. So what are we going to do is we're going to wait for the 15 minutes to give me a fractal structure break in towards the upside to know that we are going to confirm to take out these highs and then overall go for this high. So clear step. These are my steps that I have. Let's put them bigger. Market structure. Overall, are we bullish or are we bearish? Are we breaking highs or are we breaking lows? Here you can see we're breaking highs. Step 2, supply and demand. We're gonna mark out our supply and demand in our premium versus discount zones. So let's say this is the overall sell down before the big buy up. This overall sell down is gonna be my demand zone. Liquidity. If we're gonna drop down a time frame, I'm now just gonna draw this leg. We are probably, no, I'm gonna draw this leg. We're probably gonna see this. We are gonna mark out these lows, right? These lows are gonna act as liquidity. Now, premium versus discount, already set it. Order flow. We want to see order flow shift on time frame lower than we are looking at. Okay, so let's say this is the daily. We're gonna drop down to the 4-hour to see, okay, do we have any liquidity laying inside of that leg? From there on out, we want to see a minor change of character to then look for a buy position from this overall area of demand. Let me show you guys just a quick other example so you guys are 100% updated. Here we can see AUD CAD. You can clearly see we are bullish here. We had some sideways price action, but now we are extending into the highs, right? You can see break of structure, overall swing range, break of structure. So we are breaking structure towards the upside, right? So we just know that we are bullish. I mark out these points. Okay, you can see we broke structure here and we had a retracement. So I'm gonna mark out the impulse that created that break of structure. So with the green box. On the 4-hour, I'm gonna see where's liquidity. You can see a bearish candle here, a bearish candle here. So what do we see? On the 1-hour, that's gonna be obvious liquidity, right? A low, a low. And you can see once that last low of liquidity got taken, price gave us that fractal structure shift because we put in a high, a low, a high, low, high, and here we break structure. So this is where we enter a long to move back in towards the upside. What we're gonna do now is gonna be marking out at this zone here. And then we're going to mark out if this is that liquidity low, because that's in our premium versus discount, that's going to be in our discount. So what am I going to do? Is I'm going to wait for price to return here, give me that change of character to then look for another buy in towards the upside. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want me to make a Discord, a free one that I will give you guys updates on the market, etc. Please let me know in the comments because I will do my very best to hook that up for you guys. If you need any help, just DM me on Telegram. I'll put it in the description, or just put your username in the comment section, and I'll make sure to help you guys out. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.